Welcome back to another video by Motel Coach. Today we're going to be looking at the GuestPoint PMS and we're going to be looking at their Customers tab. This tab can provide some really interesting insight into which companies are generating room nights for you and which companies were generating room nights for you but now they've dropped off and they're no longer using you. It might be an opportunity to reach out to companies that do generate a lot of value and may have moved their business to another motel. We're going to start by clicking on the filter. This is just showing the last week. So we're going to look at the last 12 months. So we've got a bit more data to look at. And we can see straight away the top companies by revenue. We've got Meredith Lines. And we can see by month how much revenue they're generating for us. Using this information, it allows us to make decisions about rates for the following period. If a company is really generating a lot of room nights, that might affect how aggressive we are when we negotiate revision of their room rates. We're going to then go back and we're going to look at Meriton Brothers, and we can see through October, April, they're doing no room nights at all. And then May through to September, they're starting to build up room nights again and are really peaking in August. When we have companies that historically stay with us year in, year out, if they all of a sudden drop off, we want to reach out to them. We want to always have a key contact at the companies that are generating a lot of room nights. We want to understand, are we priced too high? Company staff choosing other properties due to the food and beverage options? We need to dig a little bit deeper. With a little bit of adjustment to your service offering, you can draw these large companies back in. We might get a request from Meriton Brothers for all of their bookings throughout August. So we can go into history and we can go 1st of August to the 31st of August and we can apply. We then get a list of all bookings with Meriton Brothers company attached, and we can print that and send that through to them. Last thing we're going to look at is if we go into a company, we've got a future tab as well. This tab allows us to see all of the future bookings for a company. This is a great way to match up and make sure that the rates that we've negotiated for that company are correct in the system. It's quite frustrating for companies, especially larger companies with a lot of bookings, when rates are wrong and refunds need to be processed. Moving to the next tab within the Customers section, it's the Guests tab. This section allows us to search for specific guests, and we can send them emails or we can export their guest data. We also have the option, if a duplicate guest has been created, we can merge those two guests together. When we do merge profiles, we need to make sure that it is the same person that we're merging. Let's look at the merge and delete process. If we scroll down here, we can see straight away that we've got Brown, 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 all under John. So if we select all of those records, and we can click merge/delete. What we're looking for here is confirmation that this is the same person. We might have multiple John Browns, but they may all be different people. So we want to look for the same mobile number or the same email, or maybe the same bank card is stored. We can do this by going into each profile and cross-referencing their details. Let's go into the first John now. We've got no mobile number, and we can also see that he's done 0 reservations and 0 total revenue. So we can cancel that one. We're then going to go to the next John Brown, and we can see again we've got $0 revenue, and go back to the third John Brown, and we can see again we've got $0 of revenue. So with those 3 bookings with no revenue, we can actually just remove those ones. If we go into our last John Brown, we can see that he's got a star against his name, so that's indicating he has stayed a few times. I'm going to open up that reservation. We can see he's booked 2 nights previously, and over the last 12 months he's stayed for a total of 3 nights and a total revenue of $910. Because the other 3 reservations have no details against them, if we click Keep to this main John Brown profile, and then we're going to click Merge the other 3, and we're going to save it. And now going back to the customers page, we can see that there's just one user profile now for John Brown. Within this guests section, we can create a guest profile, but we typically would just create a guest profile when we create a reservation. Moving to the next tab, we've got companies. Generally, we'll access companies through the main reservations tab, but if we are looking to make an adjustment to a specific company, we can come here. I'm going to type in Meredith Lines, the large company we were looking at before. We can click on that one. And once you're opening up a company, you might be setting up something like debtor invoicing. That allows guests that are booked under Meredith Lines to be invoiced. This means that the company will settle their account based on the terms and conditions that you set with them. You might set a 7, 14, or maybe 30-day window for them to pay. We're going to close this tab now. And the last tab we've got is the Agents tab. This is going to show all of your corporate travel agents and online travel agents. That's all we're going to cover on the Customers tab within GuestPoint PMS. If you've got any specific questions about GuestPoint PMS, or are interested in learning more and doing some online training with us, please go into the description below and click on the links. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.